Hello students, I'm Professor Gayatri Deshpande and I'm here to teach you subject cloud computing. This is a semester 3 subject and a very important subject in your career for masters, and the subject code for the same is 37302008. So let us see a brief outline for today's session. Let us see first what is cloud computing, various definitions for cloud, various definitions by NIST and other researchers. Then why do we have to study cloud computing? The significance of studying the same. Then the applications of the said subject. Unit-wise syllabus introduction will be having. Brief introduction of the syllabus and some research themes which are a need today in the researcher world, and some reference book for this subject which are very relevant. So let us see what is cloud computing. There you can see it's a small cloud that is coming. This is a metaphor for cloud, a common symbol found on the net for cloud. So cloud computing means storing and accessing data and programs over the net instead of your computer's hard drive. Today, people do not store data in their own hard drive. They port their data to the cloud. So anything that can be stored on the computer can be stored on the cloud. Today, people also store the mobile contacts to the cloud. So it is a significant necessity in today's IT world. So it is basically used to store and access data and programs that are stored on the net instead of your computer drive. This is a very simple definition. Now let us see some technical definition of cloud. So this is a definition that is provided by NIST. NIST basically stands for National Institute of Standards and Technology. So by them, what they try to say, cloud computing is a model for enabling convenient on-demand network access. So they are providing an on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. So the access is to the computing resources which are configurable, and that can be managed very rapidly. So they are termed as rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. So once the resources are used, they can be released as they are provided very rapidly or provisioned very rapidly. In a similar fashion, they can be released very soon with minimal effort from maybe the user's side or maybe the service provider's side. So interaction of the service provider is very minimal. So this is a kind of a technical definition for cloud computing. So why do you have to study cloud computing? The significance basically. There in the animation you can see there are so many people who are trying to get acquainted with the cloud. They are trying to use the cloud, or they are trying to port their data to the cloud, or they are trying to port their applications to the cloud. So today cloud computing, as I said, is the basic need of IT world. Initially we had a client server architecture where you had a server and a client and major processing was with the client. Today everything happens on the cloud. You have to just log into the cloud. Google Colab is a very important application of Google's which provides you Jupyter kind of environment where you do not have to install anything. You have to just log in and the entire cloud gives you a platform as a service kind of environment where you do not have to install anything. You have to just log in and start using the tools that are provided by Google. So Google Colab is a very important application of cloud and very popular among the developers. So there are various other reasons why you need to learn cloud. Let us see. The main focus for learning is your technical benefit as well as your financial benefit. So here you can see the demand for cloud computing professionals is growing and will continue to grow. So whoever learns cloud computing, it is very easy for that person to be absorbed by the IT industry. Cloud computing professionals are under major demand. Then it will, as it is the need in the industry, it will help you improve the earning potential. So the candidates who have learned cloud computing or who are very comfortable with cloud computing can earn a lot. They are going to have a strong potential. As they are going to have a strong potential, they are also going to enhance their job security options. So they would be having a very secure job. It will also help you expertise your level, skills, and also promote your credibility among the employers and the peers. And also if you study cloud computing, chances of getting shortlisted for the interviews are very high. Today you can see every college, every university is offering cloud computing. So these are some of the various reasons for learning cloud computing. Then let us see what are the applications. So the major applications are listed out here. As the first one says it will help you develop lot many cards, business cards and greetings and various other creative options under art. So you have Moo as one of the major applications of cloud, which will help you in building your business by publishing business cards, greeting cards and various other cards. The other application under art is Adobe Creative Cloud, which is basically used by the creative editors, film directors, that is used for audition, that is used for some creativity in the movies. Under business you have Google Pay, you have PayPal, you have MailChimp. So PayPal is basically used for online credit card transactions, debit card transactions, and also it allows transaction of the PayPal account holders. So it is basically used for buying anything online or paying your bills. Similarly, you have Google Pay, that is termed as GPay, and then you have MailChimp. MailChimp is basically used for publishing and creating templates for sending and receiving emails. So MailChimp is something new, right? And then you have data storage and backup. Under that you have Evernote, you have Outlook, you have basically other applications which are useful to you for storing your data on the cloud. It can help you store your Excel, your PowerPoint, your PDF, your images on the cloud. So cloud service provider will provide a security for securing your data from various layers and attacks. Then you have education. Under education you have AWS, Amazon Web Services, who help in partnering with the education fields and universities for providing updated knowledge. Similarly, you have Google Education Applications. Under entertainment, you have various games, various online conferencing or video conferencing applications. Games like PlayStation will help you in managing the different games, will help you in playing so many games, will help you in managing the score, your data and everything on the net. Under management, you have various account managing applications, like for example you have Outlook, which will help you in managing your accounts, which will help you in managing your debit, credit, your benefits, your transactions at real time. Then you have social, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have LinkedIn. Under Facebook, you have so many accounts in which you can access your friends' pages, you can access their videos, you can like your pictures and various other applications provided by Facebook. Of course, it is providing a security layer also. Similarly, you have LinkedIn where you can be connected to your various business clients and various other friends whom you are professionally connected. So these are some of the major applications of cloud. Now let us see the syllabus of cloud. Under Unit 1, you have Introduction to Cloud Computing. In this, you will be simply studying about the overview about cloud. You will be studying about the recent notable applications of cloud. You will be studying about brief knowledge of cloud deployment models and the different services provided by the cloud. Under Unit 2 and 3, you will be studying about the architecture and the deployment models and the security issues, followed by identity, access and management. So cloud computing architecture basically discusses about the different architectures in cloud, the virtualization layers in cloud, the different types of virtualization, the different types of storage hypervisor, the different types of hypervisor, type 1 hypervisor, type 2 hypervisor, CPU virtualization and various other virtualization. Under cloud deployment models, the various deployment models of cloud, private, public, hybrid, community. So these are some of the deployment models of cloud. You will be studying them in detail in the later sessions. Then you will have security issues in cloud computing, in which you will be discussing the different security issues related to cloud. Like for example, what are the attacks that are provided on the cloud? How can the data in the cloud be secured from the various attacks? And then you have IAM, that is Identity Access Management, how it can be managed, what are the issues related to that, and what are the protocols related to IAM. So this is under Unit 2 and 3. Then under Unit 4 and 5, you have security management in cloud and privacy issues. So you'll be learning how to manage the security in cloud, how to manage the available services in infrastructure as a service, software as a service and platform as a service. Basically the availability management, the cloud authorization in cloud and privacy issues, like for example, what is a privacy issue, what are the different data cycles of privacies, and then the different laws of US related to privacy. You will be studying about HIPAA, you will be studying about COVID, you will be studying about international laws related to privacy. And under Unit 5, you will be studying about audit and compliance, where you will be studying about internal audit, external audit, regulatory compliance. You will be studying about cloud management accesses and how they are managed, how they are audited. So these are the topics you will be studying under Unit 4 and Unit 5. And then you have Unit 6, in which you will be studying about Introduction to Hybrid Cloud. You will be learning how to manage the hybrid cloud. You will be learning how to deploy the hybrid cloud. You will be studying about DevOps operations. So this is a very light topic. But overall, cloud computing is an not very hard and not very easy subjects. You need to invest efforts to learn these subjects. And this is going to remain for next 2 decades at least. And then you have your MSc and J2 exam. So clearing J2 exam is not very easy, nor is it very tough. If you invest in efforts, you can clear it. These are some of the research themes in cloud, specifically security and integrity in cloud computing. How can the security managed? How do we provide security to the data resources? Which are the different algorithms for security? And then integrity, different algorithms for integrity, how integrity in cloud computing can be managed. So this is the major focus and a major research area in cloud. Then you have load balancing in cloud computing, how the various loads on the server can be managed. There are different algorithms for managing load balancing. Also they are applying machine learning for load balancing. So machine learning area is having incoming domain with respect to cloud computing. Then you have failure detection and prediction. If there are any resources or virtual machines failing, how they can be detected and how they can be predicted, how they can be migrated to different clouds. So this is also one of the major important topic in cloud. Then you have privacy in multi-tenancy cloud environment, where multi-tenancy stands for multiple customers or different types of customers together logged in onto the same cloud server without having any intermingling of data. They have a separate logical separation of data on the cloud. So how the privacy of different customers is provided in the cloud environment. So that comes under privacy in multi-tenancy environment. You have data recovery and backup. If at all some data is lost, how it could be recovered, how it could be backed up on cloud, and which are the different disaster recovery management techniques for cloud computing. They are the one studied under data recovery and backup. Then secure cloud architecture. There are various layers of architecture in cloud. So some of the layers could be attached to secure them. What are the different protocols or what are different techniques to secure the cloud architecture? Again, cloud cryptography is again related to cloud. It also speaks about a different cryptographic algorithm, how the data can be encrypted, how the data can be decrypted. Basically, data on the cloud, how it can be managed securely. So that comes under cloud cryptography. So these are some of the research themes in cloud. To add to it, you have cloud forensics, you have machine learning entering into cloud, you have machine learning algorithms applying to cloud, which again is a recent trend. You have deep learning applying to cloud, deep learning applied to security layers of cloud or security attacks or predicting how security would be violated in cloud. So these are some of the other techniques. Of course, they are not listed in the slide, but to add to it, these are some of the major research focus areas in cloud. These are some of the reference books with cloud. The first one is about John, and the title of the book is Cloud Computing Explained. This is an implementation handbook for enterprise. The unit 1 is covered under this topic, under this book rather. And then you have unit 2 to unit 5 are covered under the second book, that is Cloud Security and Privacy. And this is a publication by O'Reilly Media. And the third book, that is the last unit 6, Hybrid Cloud Computing, how it is managed and how entire thing is discussed in this book, Hybrid Cloud for Dummies. This is a second edition by Judith. And this is a very easy book, very light book as compared to the second book. Second book is a little heavy one because it speaks more of technical things related to cloud, whereas the third book, as I said, is very light, and the first book of course is very light because it is just the unit 1. So there are various other books also which are not listed. These are basically listed for your syllabus, and various other books also I'll be telling you can read in the long run. So but these are important with respect to your syllabus. So this was brief introduction for today, and if you have any query you can contact me at the specified email ID, or you can also comment on the boxes on the lower side, and otherwise of course you can always WhatsApp me on my contact number for your queries. Thank you. We are done for today.